Hey folks, Matt Buckley, the primary amount portfolio manager here at Top Gun Options. Want to knock out a quick trade alert. Hopefully everybody got the trade alert from yesterday on VXX legging into an iron condor on volatility. That looks like that's going to work out really well for May. But check this out. Real quickly before we jump into our trade, if you log out of the homepage there, click on this banner. We're giving away, free 30-minute coaching sessions. 30 minutes is a hell of a long time, either with Doug or myself, and that's a $300 value for a full hour of coaching. It's $600. This is $300 on Uncle Wiz here, just to take a quick survey to let us know what we can be doing to help you execute better and to become a better trader. So do me a favor and go ahead and do that. Knock that out. It's real quick. Make sure you're logged out so you can see the banner and take that quick survey and get potentially a free 30-minute coaching session with Doug or I. All right, let's get right into it. This one, this is awesome. I think it was about a month ago. A couple of you all in one of the live trade briefs were asking about Starbucks and Green Mountain Coffee roasters. And if you remember what I said, I essentially said I hate these things, especially Green Mountain Coffee. I was like, this thing is way overpriced. It's high on caffeine. I'm staying away from it. I just, the things creep me out. Well, I wish I could have put some puts on it and, followed my gut. But no, I don't, like to trade outside of my comfort zone. I really didn't know anything when asked the question about GMCR or Starbucks. Didn't follow them. But guess what? For the past couple days, I've been following this story. And for just about the past, what is it? It's almost quarter to 2 this afternoon. I have read and done as much research as I can. I've called some of my commodities buddies who trade beans and know, Colombian, Brazil, and Ethiopian beans like the back of their hands. So let's talk about it. GMCR. Yeah, look at that. It's got an A- rating on the Trade Monster platform here. That might be under review. But look at earnings. Beat, missed, beat, met. Kind of a mixed bag, right? How expensive is the stock? And this obviously needs to be updated. PEs, that was back in our father's stock market. So I really don't look at that too much. Here's what you should be looking at as an options trader. Look at this. The implied vol yesterday was an 89, and the historical vol was a 49. Now even I can do that math. A 40. That's a 40 delta split in a 40% change in volatility. Let's go right back to one of my sayings. When vol is cheap, you buy it. When vol is expensive, what do? You sell it. Vol is extremely expensive in GMCR right now. Let's take a look at the chart. Obviously, the stock just jumped off a cliff last night, and it's down 23, almost 24 bucks, 48%. Good morning. You need some coffee. Now, talking to some 500-pound brains, doing my own research, and being my own 499-pound brain, I think the worst news is over with. The fact that it's found some support here today, even as the market's selling off, down 84, the SPOOs are down 12, NASDAQ's taking a hit there. I think at this time of the day, the fact that it hasn't I call this a cratering. This hit the side of a mountain. Well, guess what? Let's go in and pick up some of the pieces. Here's what I'm taking a look at. Short-term May trade. I think the worst is behind them, and I reserve the right to be 100% wrong. So let's create a spread here. Excuse me. And I'm looking at a May bull put spread. So that expires pretty soon. And you know what? Let me take a look real quick. I did look at the May 11s, and they have more options there. About a buck. Nope, I'm going to stick with my strategic mindset with May. Let's take a look at selling a bull put spread. The May 25s and 23s. I mean, look at the options market, folks. They did not. The options don't even go below 23. Who would have thunk it that GMCR would hit this low? Let's take a look at that. Let's throw 6 60 contracts in there based on risking no more than 5% of our model portfolio. Or, so we're buying the lowest strike, which is the 22, and we're selling that 25. It's close to at the money, right? Stock's trading right now at 25.53. So, this is an aggressive trade. However, I think it's found support here. Usually when a stock craters, it continues to crater. So all the programmed, trading and all the black boxes already kicked off on Wall Street. And now the smart money, the folks that after somebody yelled fire and crammed out of the bar and the door got filled and people got wiped out, now's when you walk in and take a look at it. So let's create an order for this position, and let's go mid-market. We'll go $1.16. Just let's not bicker and argue about a penny here, but let's take a look. We're probably gonna have to cut that in half to see our max risk there. Let's go down to let's try 40 contracts instead of that 60 and see what that gives us. Should be a little bit closer. Still a little high for our primary blood here. Let's go with 35, and I'm going to be happy with that. Not 435, but 35. Selling 35 of them. So we're hedged in this position, obviously. Let's analyze that. That gets me pretty close to the $6,000. You could go down to 30. I'm fine with this because I like this trade. I like it. And as the pilot and commander of the model portfolio, I think this trade is good to go. 50% probability of retaining $4,000, and our max loss only at 20. Even though we're trading close to at the money, look at the options market. The probability for maximum loss, they're saying, is only 24%. I like those odds, and the break even is all the way down there at 23.83. So we're making profit all the way up until it hits 23.83. I like this trade. It's a little aggressive. If in your model portfolio this is a little too rich for your blood, take a look. And I want to get this in so we can get filled on it. Take a look at the 24-22 spread. Maybe you can get that for 80 cents, 70 cents. Or maybe even looking at the weeklies. I mean, the weeklies are, we haven't covered too much in primary because they're jet fuel. These things move up and move down. Let's take a look at the next Friday's weeklies, and you could potentially take a look at those. Maybe even the 24s and the 21s. That's about 65 cents right there you could collect on a weekly trade. So that looks like a pretty good trade right there, folks. So you have potentially two primary trades you can put on GMCR. Selling the 24-21, but that's for the May 11th expiration. That's a weekly, so that's not this Friday, it's next Friday. The position I just added is a no-kidding monthly expiration in May because I want a little more time for GMCR to get its feet underneath us. So that's our primary trade alert for today. That's kind of a twofer. If you're interested in looking at the weeklies, you can do that. If not, take a look at this trade. So, folks, other than that, model portfolios, looking good. Nike's starting to, come back down to earth a little bit. So is Amazon, and things are looking good. So I'm loving what's going on, especially our VXX trade with the market down 80 right now. We're already up 21%, call it 22% since our live trade brief, or $1,100 or $1,000. Let's just call it $1,000. So $1,000 in Tuesday, Wednesday, today's Thursday. 3 days of work, $1,000. Not too shabby. So, folks, have a great weekend. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge. I'm actually going to be in Brazil next week. I'm traveling down to Brazil to work with some companies down there. So Doug is going to be taking over my Tuesday live trade brief. So take it easy on him. But I'll still be issuing a couple of trade alerts from Sao Paulo down there in Brazil. So have a great weekend. Happy hunting. Make sure you hedge, and I'll see you the following week.